Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me at Jun the Groomer. Whether you're watching live and able to join us with your questions, or if you're watching later on, I really appreciate you watching and participating. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me turn off this. Perfect. Okay. Uh, how can I pause this? Okay, there we go. All right, Alan Powell, awesome. 3, 2, 1, awesome. Alan Powell, do you have any great? Pardon me. But anyways, thank you so much for joining, Alan. I could use a little bit of feedback here. So here's what happened. A few months ago, I had this idea to have a dog grooming seminar. Everyone was asking me, could you do like a seminar here, or like, do some sort of like presentation. So I was like, okay, perfect, So, and when I say everyone, I mean like maybe a handful of people, maybe like 3 or 4 people had suggested to me that I should do like a dog grooming seminar. So I did. I decided I'll set one up. And so a few months ago, I went on meetings.com. Echo. Is there still an echo, Alan? Alan Powell says there's an echo. But a few months ago, I contacted the Hampton Inn through meetings.com and placed a reservation for September 10th. And this was before Super Zoo. So this was like in August, early August, late July. So this was at least 3 months, 2 to 3 months before when I should go back to the emails, but maybe about 2 months. So I put in like a 2-month in advance reservation for a meeting room at Still Mountain, the Hampton Inn in Still Mountain. And then I got a contact information and an email from meetings.com for the person there at Hampton Inn to get the space. So when I finally got enough money to make the deposit, emailed. I called her because I had her phone number. So I called and left a voicemail. Nothing. So I called it again and waited a couple days. So I called it again. Another voicemail. Nothing. So then it was a weekend. So then I waited and I called again the next week. And nothing. So then I followed up with an email, and then I got an email back. And this was like a few weeks ago. So get an email back, and she was saying, unfortunately, that the bigger room, the 30 person room is taken, and there's still a smaller room available, 20 that would seat 20 people. And I was like, that's perfect. I'll take it. And so she was like, okay. I'll Triple Lotus. Hi, Triple Lotus. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, Alan Powell says refresh and all good. Okay, perfect. Because I have such a high-tech studio over here, Alan. I don't know, you may not recognize the quality when you see it, but this is high-tech stuff I'm working with. So if there's any issues with sound quality or picture quality, it's audio-visual. It's got to be on your, it's got to be on your end because. My computer is like maybe 10 years old. Anyways, so I was like perfect. And then Labor Day weekend was coming up, and so she asked. I gave her the details of what I was going to call it. Dog grooming seminar and my details of my name and everything. And then she's out of the office because Labor Day weekend holiday. Understandable. And after the Labor Day weekend, I just sent an email. Just wanted to make sure the room's still available. Want to confirm. And she was like, oh yeah, for the 24th. And I was like, no. So this was like a few days ago. I emailed back like, no, not the 24th, the 10th. Like to not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow now. But I emailed this a couple days ago, and not the 24th, but the 10th. And then I didn't get any email back. Oh man, so I have 2 days now to find a new place for this meeting space. And what I find really interesting is that it seems like every time I try to do a dog grooming seminar, something happens. The universe throws something at me because the first time was in Arizona. We set up a dog grooming seminar at the library there. And the library did the promotion and advertising and everything to get people to come. And I moved up to Utah in that time. Everything happened so quick. I moved up to Utah. Everything just happened so quick. Anyways, And when I do something, I'm all in. I just go, I never go into something like, oh, maybe I should cautiously. I go all in. I'm in it to win it, you know? And so that's where I wanted to put all my focus and energy is when I moved up to Utah to building up that new dog grooming space there. And so I canceled the event. You know, I told them, I am sorry, I just moved up to Utah. It's a new job, and I really have to focus on what I'm doing here in Utah now. You know, and I'm sorry, but I can't do the dog grooming event. When actually I probably should, looking back on it now, I should have just went back down to Arizona, just drove down there, did this, you know, the dog grooming seminar because I said I would keep my commitment and then come back up to Utah. That's what I should have done. But, you know, at the time, I was just like, oh my, all these thoughts and doubts and fears. And I was like, I can't do that. You know, I was like thinking that might jeopardize my job here. I'm here. I got to put everything into this job here now, here in Utah. And, but, you know, after it didn't work out, I still drove up to do a groom for Stephanie Garza. Stephanie, if you're watching this, oh my goodness. And you know, I told her that I really appreciated that. And, she's actually in the islands somewhere. I think she's at the Virgin Islands now. She's a U.S. diplomat. She was in Russia, and she flew into Salt Lake City just to have me groom her dog. So I figure it's not her fault that things didn't work out in Utah. And so, you know, I drove up there and groomed her dog, and then drove back down. But you know, I should have done that for the dog grooming seminar, because when I moved back down to Arizona, I emailed them, contacted them, and tried to get another, you know, seminar set up, and no. And then now here, I set up a dog grooming seminar, and now this happens. And my first thought was, let's just cancel this and, you know, refund people their money. It's only $89, you know, I can just refund everybody their money and call it a day. But then what about people who made plans and scheduled around this date, you know, to come here? And it's like, you know what, I really got to stop like thinking the easy way out, or you know, or stop thinking defeat, and also like the fear of failure, like, oh man, this is gonna make me look so bad, you know. No, you know, I just gotta figure out a way to make this happen this time. I can't just call it off. I was, you know, trust me, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about just calling it off several times when I was calling around different restaurants. You know, none of them take reservations for parties like that on the weekends. We were trying to go to a library actually, because all the libraries on the website says at least 2 weeks. We were actually trying to go to the library at Five Forks because we had to return books there anyways. While we were going there, a train stopped, and there was a long line of cars. They were all turning around, so we ended up turning around. And when Kimmy checked on the map, the railroad goes all the way to where we need to go. A train was literally blocking the way to the library. So I mean, and like, it's weird, you know, like it seems like the universe is throwing all these obstacles at me and trying to prevent me from putting on this dog grooming seminar for some reason. And so, and people have already committed to come, and so no, I gotta find some way to actually get this. I gotta find a new location. And so here's what I was thinking. This is my first thought here. I'm gonna do a screen share here. So my first thought is to maybe let's meet at a park, you know, and maybe like around 2 o'clock or so, present to everyone. Okay. So maybe at a park or something, but see, there's so many parks. And I was actually thinking like the Yellow River Park. That looks a little bit, oh, bye. I go knock their socks off. When you play the piano in front of your teacher, like, you're gonna play so good, her socks are gonna just poof, pop off. She's gonna be like, excuse me, I gotta go put my socks back on. Look, I draw something for you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's so beautiful. All right, I gotta get back. Oh, I love you too. Okay, this is gonna be over when you're back with the piano practice. Awesome. So guys, this is the map I was looking at. So Yellow River Park, sorry about that. The Yellow River Park is looking pretty good. The Wade Walker Park, maybe even Biffle Park down there. But so I was gonna, you know, how do you stop the screen share? Stop. Okay, where's it? So I was gonna, you know, think maybe we can meet at a park near Stone Mountain. So if anybody had, you know, made reservations in hotels near there, we can actually go, you know, to a park near there and meet for this. Alan Powell. They sound really put together over there. Yeah, right. I mean, but Jim Rohn says, learn to turn frustration into fascination. And so I am now fascinated by this situation. Like, I have to ask myself, why did it all happen that way? Like it happened for a reason. Maybe to see how determined I am to put this thing on. Alan Powell, are there any dog grooming salons closed on the day and time? No, that's the thing. It's Saturday, this coming Saturday, September 10th. So, a couple of my friends like Barbara and, Kimberly, Iclid, Hooch on the Hooch and Swinky Paws, they had salons, but if it was like maybe a Tuesday evening, I could ask, but, on a Saturday in the afternoon, that's like when they're probably the busiest. And so, I can't ask for a salon. I was even thinking Korean karaoke bars. So a Korean karaoke bar, they have rooms where you can rent for $20 an hour, and they have, nice comfortable sofas, and you can, pick the songs out of the book, and they have like numbers, and you put in the code for the song that matches that we do want to sing. And, so there's a mic in there, there's a TV, maybe I can hook up the TV to like my computer, and, we can do it that way. And I'll have a mic in the karaoke room. So maybe we could do that, like meet at a karaoke bar, and, for a few hours, talk about dog grooming and, do the seminar there for a few hours. Because even if we did it for 4 hours, that's only $80. Even if we just did it, we hung out in there for 5 hours, it's $100, boom. And, they can't tell us what to do in that room. We don't have to sing. We can talk. Well, I could sing. I could sing. No, I'm just kidding. I won't sing. But okay. Oh, the key. Here you go, honey. Okay. Bye, honey. Bye. So the other idea I had was maybe we can meet at a restaurant, and I was thinking, we can just go and just have lunch. So present to everyone, boom. So it's like a Lithonia area, I guess, but there's an Olive Garden, there's 3 of them here that could work, but the one on I-20, maybe in Conyers, but maybe Snellville. I think Snellville would be the best, because Snellville is actually closest to Snow Mountain, so that would be like B, Scenic Highway. So maybe we can go there for lunch, like 2 o'clock, meet at 2 o'clock and just hang out for a few hours there. At an Olive Garden, and we can have like a lunch and learn. Maybe I can even change the title of the event and call it a lunch and learn with Jun the Groomer. Triple Lotus, Korean karaoke bars are the best. I totally missed. Oh yeah. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So maybe we can even turn on little background music, like Casey and JoJo, do 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 do. I'll be talking about the dog grooming and the skin. No, I was kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think outside the box, because it looks like all the other conventional ideas, the traditional meeting rooms, are all out of the question now, because I only have 2 days. So, yesterday even, I almost emailed a few of the people that have already paid or, and are committed to come. And I know that they are making plans to come. I was going to email them, or send them a message through Facebook even, and just, let them know, kind of explain the situation that happened, the miscommunication with the dates and everything. I don't know how. I was thinking maybe the 24th, the 10th, but then it is in an email form too, but, I don't know. But it happened, and now I have to figure out how to, rather than give up and say, I'll refund your money, I'm really sorry and all this. No, wait, I got to figure out how, because it's just a space, really they're coming to just learn and ask me questions. And when they ask me, and I really want to do it like a Q&A style almost. So I'll present the information about the skin and anatomy and how it works and all this stuff, and and why we need to, or why we could do it in a certain way, and how it benefits the skin, and do all this, present all the science of it, and then do like a Q&A, so that the questions will trigger memories of dogs that I've done that that I wouldn't have probably thought of if I'm just like pre-writing all of the the whole presentation and just do it like lecture style. I want to do it more like presentation, like a Q&A style. so that the people that are coming actually get the information that they want and that's practical and that's going to be useful for them, so they get the most value for their money and time. Because I mean, really, the money, of course, you know, I appreciate that, but $89, you can make that back in a day of work, you know, less like 1 day of work, you know, probably less than that, you know, but you can make that up in tips, you know, but it's really the time. And that's really what's so important, because we can't get that time back. So I really value the time, and I want to make sure that people get value for their time. So do it more like a Q&A style. So it's really for that. So I figure we can meet anywhere, you know. So Triple Lotus says, I wish I lived in your area. Me too, Triple Lotus. I really wish you lived in our area too. Let's see here. So then I had another idea. Let me see here. Okay, so there's a Korean bakery that's that's in like Doraville. So it would be right off of 285. And so if you had made reservations at the Stone Mountain, you know, at a hotel near Stone Mountain, or even if you made a reservation at the Hinton Inn there, it wouldn't be too far of a drive. So it's called Mozart Bakery, and it's off of Buford Highway. It's pretty nice, you know. It's not bad. So there's a lot of room to sit there. Oh, did I? Okay. A glimpse of it. Actually, let me see if I can get some photos up here. So I'll screen share some photos. I do too much for this full computer. All right, I'll give it a chance to load. Okay, perfect. We're back. All right, more comments below. Alan Powell, any local schools, public, uni, etc., slip the janitor 20, offer a free on for his dog. Yeah, and you're in. Okay. I may try that, because, you know, after this show, I got to actually race down to Buckhead. Oh, my goodness. I got to, well, I'll text him on my way. But, yeah, I have an appointment to go to, a house call right after the show. I'm booked up tomorrow, you know, and Saturday is the day of the event. So, oh, man. If you build it, they will come. Thank you, Alan Powell. Thank you so much. If you build it, they will come. But what if the building was taken right from under you, and now you have to find a new building? Yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking maybe that Mozart. I'll show a picture of inside. So I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is, okay, hold on. If I can get a picture of what it looks like inside, then I will share it. But I was thinking we can meet in there for at least a few hours, you know, because we can just order some pastries, different things like that. So it doesn't really have a picture of it inside. So I'm just gonna close this window out. Or what we can do is just meet at a park. So my wife and I walked Sims Lake Park. It's in Sewanee, but that's kind of far away. So, but yeah, we can meet at a park near Stone Mountain. We can meet at an Olive Garden near there, or any of the other restaurant. You know, I'll try to get some feedback on Facebook here in a little bit. And also, I wanted to get this question. I really like it. It's by RZS. The tag name is the username is RZS ZIAS on YouTube. Alan Powell, don't mind me. I haven't had my morning Pepsi. Ruth Olson, you want to see if our church fellowship hall is open? It's in Lawrenceville. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Ruth Olson, thank you so much, not only for watching, but man, that'd be awesome. Churches, yeah, I was thinking churches would be a great idea, right? Okay. I like that. Okay, so this question came in 3 minutes ago, actually. It says, thank you for the extremely informative tutorial and a new quote-unquote rake tool. I just had a follow-up question. Okay, and this is on the video, how to comb out tangles in matted hair. I just had a follow-up question. My poodle is strong, little guy, but he's only 4 pounds, and I'm assuming that his size has something to do with the amount of sensitivity he has when we brush out his knots. We came back from a long vacation, and my baby is fully matted, sad face. It has happened before, but I'm terrified of bringing him to the groomers for a full body shave. We were very delicate. We were very delicately, one day at a time, brushing him out with our biggest obstacle. Oh, but our biggest obstacle is underarms, belly, and butt. He's not neutered, so it's a sensitive spot for his man parts. So I was wondering if you had any tips on how to calm him down so I can get to those spots. Or should I just cut/shave? We used to do his haircuts ourselves, but we're definitely not experts. Underneath his arms and his belly, his top hair is about 3 inches long at this point, but his belly is all knots. If you're able to help, thanks so much. If not, still great video. So with the mats and tangles, I really want, oh, Ruth Wilson, what time and days? So I was thinking September 10th. Well, the event was actually scheduled for September 10th at 1 p.m. So yeah, anytime after that. So I guess like September 10th at, between 1 and 4 would be perfect, because I wanted to give people, if they're traveling in, time to travel in the morning. But I didn't want to cut into anyone's evening plans either. So I figured Saturday afternoon would be perfect, between like maybe 1 to 4, 2 to 6, 2 to 5, something like that. Alan Powell, The Gospel of Grooming by Jun the Groomer. I was even thinking that the other day while I was like, because my clients are just like so like, oh my God, and what we do really makes such a huge impact on their lives. I mean, in the big scheme of things, it's just a dog haircut, but it's something that they don't have to worry about. It makes them feel so good to see it and feel it and cuddle with it, and it brings joy to their family, especially if someone's not feeling well, and things like that. And I mean, what we do is make such a huge positive impact on people's lives, on the dogs' lives. I was like, this literally is my ministry, Like I always thought as a younger kid I was going to be a pastor when I grew up. I mean, this really is my ministry. I look at it that way. It's my passion. Ruth Olsen, no live dogs, right? No. So the hotel even said that no dogs allowed. So there will be no dogs. It's just information. So it's just going to be an informative thing. And I was charging $89 because I wanted to make sure if at least 3 people showed up, I would cover the cost of the event. But if it's a church and they don't charge anything, then maybe I can just go ahead and refund people their money. I don't know. And we'll just meet at your church, Ruth. But yeah, that would be awesome. So as far as the dematting, there's a book here that I bought when I first started grooming. It's called All 160 Degrees Dog Grooming. And who is the publisher here? TFH Publications in New Jersey. And I don't know if you can see that. All dog grooming, and this is an old book. I mean, it's old school. You can tell by the pictures. I'll show you some of the pictures. But yeah, look at that guy in that shirt, the hairstyle. Anyways, oh, look at this. Look at that. So you can see, like, just by the way the person is dressed, the hairstyle and everything. It's a pretty old book. But the information is actually pretty good. 1987 is the copyright date. 1987 is when this was written. Okay, so dematting. I'm just going to read a section of it here, not the whole thing. Dematting should never be torturous for the dog. Dogs have different degrees of tolerance. Some dogs do not seem to mind the tugging and pulling involved, while other dogs get, while other dogs get, where was I? Get extremely upset with just the slightest degree of pulling. Dematting should never cause a dog severe stress. If the dog does not accept dematting, or if it is impossible to remove the mats, the groomer should get permission from the owner to shave the coat down with a 7 or a 10 blade. When the new coat comes in, the dog should be groomed on a regular basis so it does not get severely matted again. Dogs that do not tolerate combing easily should be groomed on a 3 to 4 week schedule or sooner. And then the next section is bathing. So that's the next section, bathing. I'm going to read right down here. It says, be sure to brush the dog's coat before the bath. Brushing removes dead hair and debris, separates the hair, and stimulates circulation. All mats and tangles should be combed out, in parentheses, seeds and matting section, prior to bathing a dog. So I had to do this with the schnauzer that I did a few weeks ago. Completely matted all over, and he was just so reactive. But as soon as I got the clippers and started to go under the mats and just shave him right out, he was like purring like a baby. You know, he just kind of melted in my hands. But it's because the mats, what it does, it starts to pull even healthy hairs into it, and it starts to turn into a big ball, and that ball is pulling and tugging on the skin already. I did a Havanese the other day, and the tail was really matted, and even before I started dematting the tail, it was already red. The skin was already red underneath, and she was a little bit reactive. But as soon as I started to work it out and gently, and I tried so hard like not to pull on the skin, you just gotta kind of work at it, you know, rather than pull at it, you kind of pull up, you know, just kind of tease it and tap it almost. And that's how you have to do it, just work it gently. But the areas like the armpits and the belly and the butt, they are very sensitive. I put my phone away. But the name is Zias. So our Zias, I would say for your poodle, just to gain his trust, go ahead and shave those areas. I would say with a 10, because a 7, especially under the armpits here, a 7 blade, if you ever look at the blades, between a 7 blade and a 10 blade, a 7 blade, the teeth are a little bit wider, and you can actually catch the skin, that folded skin, it catches in that blade easier. And the way the dog's skin rips, it kind of rips in strips. You get a strip of skin that just comes off right there, and the dog, you know, reacts. So I personally, when it comes to those areas, like the armpits, the tummy, those sensitive areas, I say go with a 10. It is a little bit shorter, but it's a lot safer because the teeth are a lot more close together. So you have a lot less risk of, you know, catching skin. Ruth Olson, hall is open, working on the, whoa! Oh my goodness. So we may have a new location thanks to Ruth Olson. We may be able to meet at a church in Lawrenceville on Saturday in the afternoon. So, and what I'll do is anyone who's paid, well, we'll see. I don't even know. But we'll see. Always jumping ahead of myself. Boo, 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 you know, let's do it. Which is why, you know, I feel like 2 days, plenty of time, you know, I can set up in 2 days, but, you know, I get, you know, with everything else, you know, when people have a business to run, you know, they need much more than just 2 days. It's like 2 weeks because, you know, yes, we do have to get to know each other, get to know what the function is going to be about, you know, what do we need, the equipment, get the people set up. All this stuff needs to be coordinated. So yeah, I get it. Everyone needs 2 weeks. I get it. But the way everything happened, I thought we were good with the smaller room. And I was like, I don't think any more than 20 people are going to show up anyway. So I think the 20 room, you know, the smaller room would work. And I was going to, you know, I was happy to take it. But I don't know how the 10th got mistaken as the 24th over several voicemails and emails. But anyways, even the original request that I sent in from meetings.com, you know, it was for the 10th, September 10th. Anyways, Monica Ortega, yay, yes, Monica, thank you for celebrating with us. Nicole Bird, you should give a small donation to the church. Yeah, well, you know what? That's what I'll do. The people who had paid for to come to the seminar, the $89, you know, I'll give a portion of that to the church for allowing me to. Well, if they don't already have a number in their head, if they have a number in their head, and if it's kind of too high, I'm gonna, you know, that was kidding. We'll see what's going on. But Ruth, email me. It's junthegroomer@gmail.com. So just email me, and then we'll get all the details worked out, and then I'll change the event details online, and email the people that are coming. Just let them know where we're meeting now, and we'll see what happens. Oh man, you know what? You know, it's the fear of looking foolish, you know, setting something up and no one comes. Or then setting something up and actually people are going to come and whoa, people are actually going to come. Oh my God, it's so exciting. And then the meeting space is like, oh no, you're meeting 2 weeks from now. It's like, no, we're meeting this week. No, it's the 24th. So it's like, oh man, now what do you do, you know? But yeah, Nicole Bird, they may have a ministry that could use a little hand up, maybe like a food pantry, etc. Yeah, you know. Exactly. So yeah, well, this could benefit everyone, you know, like that would be perfect. So I got what I needed. See you guys. No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding. Anybody got any dog grooming questions? Oh, Mel Olson, if you're watching this, the books came in finally. I ordered some books, and the thing is, Mel made a comment on one of my Facebook posts on my Facebook page for the 4 Steps to a Beautiful Groom. She made I put a review, and she made a comment. You know, okay, fine, I'll put it on my Amazon wish list. And I worked with Mel. I love, you know, oh my goodness, she's one of my favorite people. But I was like, you know, just text me your address. I'll send you a copy. And I don't have any copies. You know, I stored up. I was just thinking I'll order her a copy. And then, so she texted me her address, and I sent her a text back, #done. You know, #done. And she was like, oh, you're so good to me. I was like, no, you know. That was like about a few months ago. But I finally got her around to ordering the books. It actually, I went with the, you know, cheapest delivery anyway. So it got here a few days ago. So I got books for people who are going to come for the seminar. But Mel, at first I was just going to order a few months back when I texted back #done. I was going to just order it for you and send it through the website. But then, you know, I was thinking, no, you know, like I really want to write something in it, you know. So, you know, I wanted to actually get a copy in my hands, you know, write something in it to you, you know. And, it, you know, I can't just put like, hey, thanks, you know, best regards, Jude, you know, I got to put something in it. So, yeah, so Mel, I know I said #done a few months ago. It's coming. I just got the books. And, oh, the book I've been telling everybody about, everyone's asking, you know, it's called AccuDog. And it's by, it says A Guide to Canine Acupressure. It's by Amy Snow and Nancy Zidonis. And there's a foreword written by Linda Tellington Jones. But I love this book. It's, oh my goodness. Like, let's see. Check this out, hip dysplasia. And I actually just got back from a chiropractor appointment this morning. But check this out. For hip dysplasia, they have all these pressure points that you can actually apply a gentle pressure, and your intentions. The intentions have to be to heal, you know, loving, gentle, healing in, thoughts behind the touch. And that will help with like hip dysplasia. Let's see, irritable bowel disorder, you know, like if they're having loose stool, these are some pressure points you can use for the loose stool. I love it. But here's a really cool quote in the book that really got me like really interested and wanting to read more out of this book. Where is the quote here? Okay, the law of integrity. Yes, the law of integrity is important. But anyways, basically, can't find the quote now. But basically, it's saying that the dogs. Okay, no, that's not the one. Basically, it was saying that the dogs don't care about the technicalities and all the science and, you know, the theories behind acupressure. They just appreciate the touch, and they leave all the richness of the knowledge to you. So I really like that part. But yeah, that's the book, AccuDog by Amy Snow, the one I ever talk about acupressure points. And the reason why I think acupressure points is really helpful to know as dog groomers is because when we do have a dog with hip dysplasia, for example, sometimes when we go and work on that back leg, to go down with clippers or a comb or a brush or anything really to do their nails, you know, when we lift that leg, sometimes we can get that bite or that aggressive, you know, and all the dog is really doing is telling you like, don't touch me there, you know, like, because they're scared of the pain. They don't like the pain, and dogs like to show pain, so they're gonna try to hide it and just tell you like, don't touch me there, you know. But when we know these pressure points and we put like gentle pressure on those points, especially with the intention behind it, that like a feeling of compassion. And compassion is being able to feel what the dog feels, or trying to understand how the dog is feeling, and understanding that what the dog's feeling, their feelings and their thoughts and their emotions are just as valid as my own. And with that kind of feeling, understanding and wanting to help, touch those points. And I like to use like, they have like a triangle point on the hips, and it kind of like, it's almost like a triangle around the muscle. And I like to do it like this. So my 2 fingers on the top points and my bottom finger, and just, you know, put some gentle pressure and loving energy. And like today I had like the electric pads, you know, kind of on my shoulders, you know, and it was nice, you know. But basically that's what we're doing. Because we have vibrations. They call it bio waves. And I wrote about it in my book. There's an article in the Groomer magazine, and they actually talk about the bio waves. So in an article in the Groomer magazine published by Barclay Productions in the October issue of 2013, the title of the article is Golden Heroes by Kathy Salzberg. And okay, so let's see here. Where is it? Okay, dogs have such a way with connecting with us that they can pick up on our bio waves. We cannot underestimate the connection an owner has with their dog. So bio waves are these vibrations that emit from our body. So, so golden retriever. This is a quote out of the article. Golden retrievers are David's breed of choice for this work because of their calm nature, trainability, and physical strength. In addition, these dogs have been proven to be highly susceptible to the bio waves or vibrations that emanate from a person, picking up on anxiety buildup and thus forewarning a panic attack. So the thing is, we emit these vibrations off of our bodies, and you know, when we touch these spots, it literally helps calm the dog. So when we're grooming the dog, especially during the bath, that's when I really use these pressure points. I do like an acupressure massage during the bath because the bath time is the perfect time, in my opinion, because you're letting the shampoo soak for 5 to 10 minutes. Even if you're doing it for 5 minutes and not 10 minutes, 5 minutes is a pretty long time. If you just watch the clock and look at each other, you lean up against the tub and just look at each other. 5 minutes is a pretty long time. But so I figure, why not in that time go through the dog's pressure points along the head and gently. And I like to do these kind of motions, and I kind of curl my fingers in like that and use this pad, this side of my fingers, and I use my thumb, the pad of my thumb, and I go through like this. So almost like a gentle bite from another dog. And I go through the head, around the ears, even the ears. Oh, it feels good even just doing it to myself. Oh man, burp. And you know, it actually discusses that in the book too. And massage therapists, the chiropractors, they'll all tell you, when you start to massage the body, you start to get it going. You know, sometimes you will burp and pass gas, and they say, don't be ashamed, you know, unless it smells bad, then you should be ashamed of yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Even if it smells bad, you should not be ashamed. That's just toxins leaving our body, you know. So anyways, let's see if there's any other questions or anything that I can talk about, other than the fact that I have a dog grooming seminar coming up in 2 days. Oh, and I got house grooming. I got grooming appointments all throughout. At 4 o'clock, I really got to end this because I seriously have to go to an appointment downtown. And then I got 2 dogs on Friday. Okay, Bridget, and 2 dogs takes me all day, by the way, depending on the breed, but 2 dogs takes me all day. That's like an all-day appointment. Bridget Glaskowitz, the Golden Retriever picks up easy on biowaves, which could explain why they are often used for therapy. That's right. Yeah. I mean, that's why this guy, David, Golden Heroes is basically where he gets these Golden Retrievers out of shelters or, you know, different rescue organizations. and he trains them to be therapy dogs for these post-traumatic stress disorder patients, from war, our war veterans, because of course, they've seen some traumatic things. And so before they actually suffer from that panic or anxiety attack, the dog can actually pick it up before they even know that they're feeling anxiety. The dog knows, and the dog will place its paw on their chest. It's like, because they can literally feel us. Ruth Olson, my church is a go. Ruth Olson, okay. Saturday 10th from 1 p.m. to about 4 p.m. Oh my goodness. 1 to 4 p.m. at a church. Okay, perfect, in Lawrenceville. Oh my goodness. Okay. Linda, or any thoughts on paying someone for an apprenticeship? Yes, but here's the thing. Grooming for me is all about trust. Trust is the biggest thing. Oh my goodness. My clients, I'm amazed. Like, and I tell them, I probably shouldn't say it because I maybe I do make it kind of weird by saying it, but I tell them, like, I don't take your trust lightly. Like, this is amazing that you trust me this much, come into your home, and and I don't share pictures either because I respect their privacy. And I like to err on the side of caution. So I don't take any pictures. I don't know if you guys notice these days, but I'm really busy, but I'm in their homes. And so I don't take pictures or share it because, unless they tell me specifically, like, oh, do you want to take a picture to put up on but unless they suggest it, I don't even ask. I don't ask, like, oh, can I take a picture? Because sometimes I may put them in an uncomfortable situation too. Like, they don't really want you to, but they don't want to say no either. So I don't even ask. So I really want to respect people's privacy. And that's why a few people actually have offered to pay me to apprentice under me. So me not even paying them. But yeah, Linda, like, I told them that I would love to, especially being paid for them to follow me around and learn. But I just, I don't know how my clients would feel about it because I do have like a kind of an exclusive clientele. And it's just, even if they weren't living in like $1 million homes, even if it's just like an average home, just a middle, even if the people, I have some clients that live in lofts and condos, but no matter what, I just respect their privacy. I don't want, like, even though I bring someone in and, I'm like, there's a good person, I just hired them, still, I don't know how they would feel about, me bringing people into their homes. So, unless it's my wife, because we ran a business together, they know my wife, so my wife comes and helps me sometimes when I have like a client with 3 dogs or 4 dogs, then my wife comes, it's like all hands on deck, I can't do all that many dogs in one day. So my wife does come and help. But yeah, Linda O'Hara, I really thought about it, and it's like, this business is not like another business. I like when Shark Tank, and like The Profit and all these like investor shows, I love them, I watch them. So it's not like I'm not business aware of it, but yeah, it's just, I can't, this is the one thing where I can't be working on a dog's head, like especially around the eyes and scissoring around the eyes, and the dog trusts me, and it's, I've earned this trust over a couple of years. It used to not be this way. I can't just turn it over to someone else, say, hey, here, you take over. I gotta go do something else, This is not that kind of work. This is not that kind of service. This is not that kind of business or industry. It's very personal. It's about that trust, that bond, that relationship. And that's why when I had to leave to Arizona suddenly, we got the news of my mother-in-law having a stroke, 5 strokes in one morning. Like it was late December, like around Christmas time. And then by January 12th, we were already driving out there. So within like 2 weeks, we got everything closed up, packed up everything, and sold some things, got rid of other things, and we were out. And we went so suddenly because it was an emergency, but I didn't want to put my in-laws' business out there. I learned now, just be honest with people, just be straightforward and honest. But I wanted to put like a positive twist to it. So I kept saying like, there's, sudden change of circumstances. We're moving out west, but, there's a lady named Michelle Knowles that I really respect. And, I can try to work under her. And as a mentorship, maybe I can go out and compete, with show dogs. And so I think a lot of my clients that read that got the idea that I just dropped them and to go pursue a show career out west, and they didn't really know about the whole, family situation. So I can understand why some people may think I'm full of, I'm full of crap, talking about relationship and the bond and everything. But, but when I came back and they gave me a shot, they, called me back and we're doing house calls and everything, and it feels like I came back at the right time too, because these dogs, they love me, especially since I've been gone for about 1.5 years. I come back and they're all over me. It feels so good. And, there's some situations going on with some families where I'm really able to bring some happiness into the home, by doing these grooms. So yeah, it's interesting, everything that happened, and everything happens for a reason, right? Okay, so Ruth Olson, I will let you in and lock up. Get with me before then. Whoa, oh my goodness. I'll PM you the church name and address. Okay, thank you so much, Ruth. Oh my goodness. Alan Powell, I don't think apprentices get paid other than in knowledge. Okay, good to know. Alan Powell, normally people pay for the education. I've seen apprentices pay upwards to $2,000 to learn from established good groomers. Wow. Hi, Alan. I meant I pay the groomer. Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect, Linda. But yeah, wow, $2,000. I wasn't offered that much. What? No, was I? No. Okay, no, not that much. But yeah, wow. The thing is, when I was offered like $1,200, $1,500 for people to come and just work with me for a few days, just follow me around, it was very tempting. But how do you even bring that up to your clients that really trust you enough to just here's the code to my house, groom my dog, lock up when you're done. Who does that? And then I email them back, oh, by the way, I'm bringing in an apprentice that you've never met before, so I can make some extra money. No, I can't do that. Alan Powell, it's probably better than some schools. Just got to find the right mentor. Wow, yeah. Bridget Galaskowitz, I paid $5,000 for school. $5,000. Wow, $5,000. What did you think of that, Bridget? Man, I wish this was like interactive, that I could actually hear your voice. This would be awesome if we could. But Bridget Galaskowitz, did you think the $5,000 was worth it? Did you feel like you got value for your money and your time? Alan Powell, California prices. Wow, maybe I should be a Cali groomer. No, I was kidding. I got to stay in Atlanta. I left once, it didn't really leave a great taste in people's mouths. I didn't really want to either, because I worked so hard to build up a solid clientele, and they were coming on a regular basis. It was great. What I had here was so awesome. When I went back out to Arizona, I remember looking back on it and thinking, why did I complain so much while I was there in Chamblee? Why did I complain so much? The floors were warped, we would start sleeping on one side, wake up in the morning on the other side because the floors are warped, but I would be complaining like this and, that, and, but, when I look back on it, it's like, wow, why was I complaining so much? I really didn't even know what I had until it was gone. But yeah, I'm really glad I'm back in Atlanta. I'm going to stay here for a long time, at least until until my clients' dogs start dying off, getting old and dying, then I don't know. I don't know if I can do a whole another cycle through a puppy, watching it grow up and watching it get old and die again. Oh man, it takes a lot out of you. So I'm looking for some water or something. Oh, there you go. So Bridget Galaskowicz, my teacher was very good and a lot of one-on-one, but she got $5,000 from me, plus paid for the groom by the owners. Wow, I started on my own September 11th. Wow, nice. So September 11th, 9/11. Wow, that's a pretty important date. But and I was even thinking like, oh, is it kind of bad to schedule on September 10th? But hey, it's already scheduled. People are already planning to come. So we'll see. Maybe the relocation might throw people off. I don't know. We'll see. Um, Bridget Glasgow, I have a little spot in the rear of a pet shop. So wish me luck. Oh, nice. Good luck, Bridget. You're gonna do fine. You're gonna do fine. Especially if you're watching this. I mean, if you're a groomer that's committed enough to watch an hour of like Q&A with like some guy, Jun the Groomer, you know, like you're interested enough to watch this, that means you're watching pretty much anything that has to do with grooming. And I appreciate being a part of that anything. Oh man, but you're gonna be a great groomer. I can already tell. I mean, most groomers couldn't be bothered to watch. I had one groomer that I hired back in when I had a shop in Buckhead, and I was telling her, just watch one of my videos. Just pick a video over the weekend and just watch one. You know, because in almost all my videos, I kind of discuss about the skin, the health of the skin, and the process, you know, and why I think it's so important. And on Monday, I asked her, like, so how, you know, what did you think about the video? That, you know, did you pick a video and watch it? She was like, oh, no, I didn't have time. And I was like, oh, what did you do over the weekend? She was like, I had to watch my shows, my stories. That's what she called it. I had to watch my stories. And I was like, what? And she was like, you know, the TV shows. And I was like, what? Your stories don't pay your bills. Like, why didn't you watch just one video? So most groomers can't even be bothered, even if they're getting paid to watch my videos. Like, you know, well, not paid to watch my videos, but they're working for me. And I'm telling them, watch just one of my videos. They couldn't be bothered. So the fact that you're even watching these videos and being engaged in Q&A, Bridget, you're going to be an amazing groomer. I can already tell. Linda O'Hara, my daughter was born on 9/11. I cried because I didn't want that date connected with her. But the nurse said, think of this as a great thing that happened that day. Yeah, because I think that's true about life. It's not like bad things happen and then good things happen and then bad things happen and then good. It's crazy. It all happens all at once. The good and the bad. It seems to all come in at once. It's like, yeah, I got a great review, another great review on my, you know, on my book on Amazon, and then boom, something happens, and you know, or a customer saying, oh, you know, or I don't know, you know, and something happens, and then you know, I don't know, it's just always interesting how it works out, and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm booked out for the next 2 weeks. And then, you know, I'll get a call from my wife, like, honey, the insurance and the car payment and everything just all went out at once, the phone bill, you know, now we're negative in the bank. It's like, oh my God, you know, but it's okay because I look at it, it's like, okay, we you know, we may be in this situation right now, but for the next 2 weeks, I'm completely booked. You know, I can't even take any more appointments. So, you know, I know money's coming in, everything's just getting sorted out. It's just, it's that transition. You know, anytime we make a move, it always costs money because, you know, that lack of income coming in until you're getting set up, all this stuff. I mean, I probably don't have to explain it, but it isn't like the full catastrophe. I remember writing that the other day for a customer, but it's called The Full Catastrophe, the book. Let me see if I can even find it here, but I love that book because it really talks about how life is the full catastrophe. And Jim Rohn says, the full catastrophe. Jim Rohn says, you know, when he listens to a symphony or an orchestra, he wants all of it. He doesn't want just the high notes. He wants the banging, the clanging. He wants the low notes. He wants it all. He's like, give it all to me. I can handle it, you know? And I think that's what life is about. It really is about just, you know, enjoying it all, the good and the bad, because it all comes at once. And maybe not enjoying the bad, but, you know, let me see here. The full catastrophe. How come I can't? But it's called The Full Catastrophe. And that's also where I learned about the diaphragmatic breathing. And that really changed the way I groom too. Because every time I remind myself to breathe through my belly, for some reason it just kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm tensing my shoulders. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, why is my body posture like this? Like, why am I hunched over like that? You know, it just kind of reminds me of everything else, just by taking a breath. But yeah, it's called The Full Catastrophe. Let me do a screen share here. The Full Catastrophe Living by John Kabat-Zinn. And I really highly recommend this book, The Full Catastrophe Living, Using the Wisdom of Your Body and Mind to Face Stress, Pain, and Illness. And I think almost every single groomer could benefit from this book, because, I mean, when does a groom ever go exactly as planned, right? When does a customer ever, like, you know, I mean, like, sometimes we get some really difficult people to deal with, and it's not really anything that has to do with us. There's probably a lot of stress and stuff and old emotions that they're carrying that's just being projected out onto us. And especially because grooming is such an emotional thing, they're handing over their baby, their fur baby, and at least our human babies can tell us what happens, you know, after they drop them off. Their fur babies can't tell them what happened after they drop them off. They just, so it's a very emotional thing, and it requires so much like trust. And so of course, you know, if they're carrying some stress and some old emotions and things like that, you know, maybe arguments that just happened, of course it could kind of come out to a groomer, you know, while they're leaving their dog. And so we have to understand that sometimes we have to be a rock, not just for the dog's fears to crash on, but we have to be a rock for our clients, for their anxieties and fears, and maybe even anger sometimes to crash on. You know, maybe it's from another groomer that they have bad experiences from, maybe several, and now they just are convinced that all groomers are like that. And now they meet you, and they just start crashing this anger from old past experiences, you know, and these emotions that they're carrying from that, and it crashes on you as their new groomer. You know, sometimes you know, we have to just be able to just breathe through your belly, and remember, just relax every muscle, and you start to become more aware of the muscles that are tense, and just give yourself a moment, you know, like that Twix commercial, you know, just, you know, or give yourself a moment, and then just let them know, like, you know, hey, you know, I understand, you know. And by breathing through your belly, oh, we were just at Panama City Beach over Labor Day weekend, and after the storm passed, beautiful, but it was literally because of the storm. Even when you're at the beach, when you're standing at the shoreline, you know, where the tide crashes in, the waves crash in, it's chaotic. I was laying there, and the, you know, waves were coming in. I mean, it was like literally rolling me and pushing me over, and you know, I'm like 220 pounds, you know, like, and it's pushing me around like a rag doll. But then as you go into the ocean, deeper into the ocean, especially where the sandbar was, as you go deeper into the ocean, it's more just a swell. It's less chaotic. So breathing through our belly, the diaphragmatic breathing, so super huge, important. Triple Lotus says, good luck to Bridget. Yeah, good luck, Bridget. So we got 2 more minutes here. Any more questions about dog grooming or anything else? And it looks like problem solved. I have a place to meet, so I just got to get the details from Ruth, and then yeah, change the event details on Facebook, and then contact the people, let them know about the change, and see what happens. Oh my goodness. This is me, just fumbling through life, you know? Jun the Groomer. The brand Jun the Groomer has become just fumbling through life, you know, just with the best intentions, I guess. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so it's 3:59. Thank you guys so much. I actually have to get in touch with my client now, get the address just to double check. I've been to their house before, but we shredded all the files when we moved out to Arizona because I wasn't sure when we would be back. And we have their address, their credit card information for some of them. So, you know, I wanted to respect their privacy. So we shredded all their files before we left. And so some of the customers, I actually remember where they live. So I, you know, just go straight there. But this guy, I've been there one time, and that was immediately after I lost my shop in Buckhead, and then before the house that we had that we were grooming out of on Chambly. So it was a while ago. I really don't remember, so I gotta see if I can get his address again, so I can head down there. Triple Lotus, have fun with your grooming seminar. I'm with you guys in spirit. Thank you so much, Triple Lotus. I am really excited about this too, because I was thinking about it while I was trying to prepare for this seminar. There's just been literally thousands of different experiences I've had with different dogs, especially with skins disorders and conditions and rashes and areas where actually it starts to get sore and it starts oozing even, and there's no hair there, it's just skin that's kind of oozing and open and raw, and seeing that heal up and seeing the hair grow back and a full coat, like, you know, there's so many different experiences and different situations that I've been in, that I felt like there's no way to really put it all into one seminar. And I don't know which experience is going to be relevant to the people that are there. So I think maybe just present the science of it really quick, and then get right into Q&A, and then to present the science of the second part, the washing, you know, water temperature, the pH, you know, what the pH level is of the water, of the shampoo you're using, what the ingredients are, what direction you're using. I'll go, you know, go into all the science of that really quick, and then boom, Q&A. And then, you know, the finishing Q&A, and like just, you know, different skin disorders, and then Q&A. So I think it will have a lot of fun. Whoever is able to come, Saturday, September 10th, a new plug for my Dog Grooming Seminar. It'll be at a church in Lawrenceville in a couple days from now, Saturday, September 10th, from 1 to 4 p.m. And I will have the details up later about the exact location. If you're not following us already on Facebook, follow our Facebook page or Twitter. It's Jun the Groomer on Facebook or Twitter. And I'll put up the details of like the location and everything, so everybody will know. Bridget Glasgow, good luck on Saturday, and let's talk about flea dips and shampoos next week. Flea dips and shampoos. Okay, perfect. Let's talk about that next week. Alan Powell, Charlie Dog by Bobby. Yes, I like Charlie Dog. It's a brown shampoo called Charlie Dog by Bobby Panther. I've used it while I was in Arizona working at Pet Club. I love it. I mean, the smell even, I like the smell. It just feels so natural. And it lathers up well. It rinses off clean. And really, I've had some great results with it. So good flea shampoo, Charlie Dog by Bobby Panther. Good looking out, Alan Powell. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So next week, maybe we'll talk a little more about shampoos, different treatments for fleas and things like that. Thank you guys so much.